What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Not With Her. I'm Jen, and this is my BFF.
I'm SB. What's good, YouTube? And today's topic is all about feelings. Feelings come and play in all different kind of ways. You know, whether you're at work, whether you're with your family.
You keep on banging the table and the thing shakes.
I'm sorry. Today was a rough day. Today was a really rough day. So that's why we're kind of talking about feelings today. Because, I'm a little bit in my feelings today. I'm not going to go crazy into what happened. But, again, feelings are important. As I get older, I realize that there's a time and place for certain things. Especially when you have to worry about other people. And, when things happen to people you really care about. You just sometimes have to figure out your feelings and see how you push through them. So that's the topic for today.
So I guess for a little less than a year, we started with Abraham Hicks. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Abraham Hicks, but Esther Hicks. So when this woman named Esther Hicks, when she channels spirit, she calls that collective spirit Abraham, right? So, and her thing is the law of attraction, right?
Okay.
And for like less than a year, we've kind of been trying to manifest things, using the law of attraction and trying to abide by follow her direction.
Right.
Right. And I think that although we haven't hit the lottery yet, it's in our vortex.
Absolutely.
If you watch Abraham Hicks, you'll know what we're talking about. But I think our lives have changed significantly in that time period, don't you think?
Absolutely. I didn't realize how important it is for my mental health, my physical health, to try to stay positive, to try to see myself in better situations and know that A, I deserve them, B, they're coming to me regardless, and see that there's an outside force at work. She mentioned before the divine, and whatever you believe in is great. For my people who may be already a little lost, basically what we're saying is that we've been practicing this. What you put out in the universe is what you get back.
Right.
It's a little bit more in depth with Abraham Hicks and people who follow her. But if you
whatever you focus on,
right,
whether it be good or bad,
right,
is what you wind up getting.
Absolutely.
So, for example, so if you're focusing on, I don't know, I need to lose weight.
Right.
Right? The underlying premise is I'm fat, right? So I need to lose weight, right? Basically. That's what we're telling ourselves, right? So we're focusing on our weight and us being unsatisfied in our current situation, right? In our current physical situation. So therefore, we bring to we manifest more weight or
or eating unhealthy, or doing stuff that is in contrast to losing weight.
Right.
So basically you're focusing on the thing that you want more, but it doesn't actually help you lose the weight. If anything, you're messing up your what we call vortex.
Right.
And which is basically your energy that says this is what I want to do. So in retrospect, what you should be doing is saying, I'm going to be running that marathon, or I'm going to be wearing that bathing suit,
right?
Or I see myself on a vacation, and you see what you already look like.
Right.
Why? Because you're going to get there.
Right.
If you end up, realizing this later on, but again, it's energy that you're putting out there.
Right. And in her teachings, she talks about doing your absolute best. And what she says is stay in the vortex.
Right.
Right? So you do your absolute best to stay in that feeling of whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, right? If you're trying to manifest love, if you're trying to manifest money or whatever, you visualize what it would be like to have your desired situation. Right? And then you feel it.
Absolutely.
Right? And then you have to stay in that feeling. The longer you stay in the feeling, the faster you manifest it.
Right.
And it makes a lot of sense, right? Because
absolutely,
if you're having a crappy day, right?
Which I was.
But it seems like, doesn't it seem like when you're having a crappy day, like
more crap happens.
Right. One thing after another. Like you get into an argument with your partner or your kid, you know, early in the morning,
or coworker,
somebody, you know, early in the morning, right? Which sets your day, the tone for your day. And then you driving to work, right? And then you get a flat.
Right. And it's raining.
So you're late.
And you ain't got no money in your purse to fix the flat.
And your cell phone dies.
This is not, you know, my God, bad luck. No, this is what you're manifesting.
Right. So, sorry, she keeps banging on the table and shaking her camera.
I'm sorry. It was really a bad day. Bad day.
But then you have those days when you feel wonderful and like nothing could bring you down, you know? And it's because you are manifesting what you're feeling, right?
Absolutely.
Until you allow something to bring you down. And then when you allow something to bring you down, then it's the spiral downward.
Exactly.
Yeah, downwards.
Which we would like to refer to it as getting out of the vortex.
Right.
Now, I do have to mention this. This is kind of something similar to my people out there who are using like vision boards. You know, a vision board is something that you put together with things that you want to have happen, that you plan to work on, or that you know you're going to have in the future. I have a personal vision board that I made when I was in college that I still look at, that I still have in my house, that I still focus on, because those things are still relevant to me that I want to have. Now, a lot of it isn't material things. It's getting married. It's, being able to, get my degree, which I actually earned. So, it's those kind of things. So I suggest for anybody starting off fresh, because it is, following Abraham Hicks, it's a lot harder than you think it is. It's not just being happy all day long, because that's like happy pills and shit like that. That doesn't work. Well, I'm talking about a little something different.
Right. And so today, right? So we've been working at remaining in the vortex.
Every day.
Right?
It's hard.
But today was like she said, it was a difficult day. So it kind of threw her out of the vortex.
Yes, right? Absolutely. So, today was a rough day for me. Not family-wise or, health-wise or anything like that.
Well, it doesn't matter. Regardless, it was a bad...
So it was a bad day. So that being said, it's hard to think of positive things when your mind is in a negative space. And when you're surrounded by people feeling that negative space, because they have their own negative feelings going on. So, think of it that way. Think of, it's hard to snap out of it. So
what Abraham tries to teach is that no matter what somebody else is going through, not to allow their situation to throw you out of that space.
Right.
Because let's face it, so let's say it was personal, right?
Right.
Let's say it was personal. Okay. Let's say it was a family member that had a really bad day or whatever, and you're feeling empathetic towards them because there's somebody who you care about a lot.
Right.
Right? What good are you going to be to them if you're not feeling good yourself?
Right.
Right? And I think that, for a long time, I've had these kind of, I've been trying to find my place in this world of spirituality and whatnot. And a long time ago, like I was so serious, I wanted to be a nun.
She was like 5.
Anyway, because I've always felt this strong connection. But I went to Catholic school, and I was told some things that I was taught some things that went against what I knew in my heart was right? And I became very angry, and I became very defiant, and I kind of turned my back towards religion and all that kind of stuff, right? So in recent years, I've been trying to find myself again and develop that connection with God, right?
Okay.
And in doing so, I have heard like a lot of preachers turn around and say, you know, like emotions are useless. Like, don't ignore your emotions and think with your head, right? And we are relearning, like, this is not how it works. You have to feel first in order to be connected. Like, in feeling good, you are connected. You're more connected to the divine than you are when you're feeling crappy. Like,
Absolutely.
Right? So when you're feeling crappy, there's a disconnect between you and the divine. So if I'm being told to ignore my emotions, right? And to ignore my feelings, there will most likely be some kind of disconnect, right? Between me and the divine. Therefore, when I try to think rationally, it's not going to come out right.
Yeah, it's not going to come out right. See, for me, I have an opposite experience with, you know, what I believe. I mean, I wasn't forced to go to church. I wasn't forced to, take, Bible studies. So religion for me is really a subject that I don't know a lot about. And when I don't know about a lot about something, or if I don't know enough about something, I usually don't talk about it. So my understanding or my take on it is that I do believe that there is an energy that I believe in that is there to help me. I don't have to be in a church or a building to worship them. I don't believe that it's any specific sex. I don't think it's a man or a woman. I think it's an energy that we're all given. And it's kind of simple. It's like, God is good in all ways. And, you open up your heart and you help people the way you would want to be helped. You respect people. And I keep it simple for myself, which is why I was drawn to, Abraham Hicks and the things that she says and the things she teaches you, because it makes the most sense for me. That's
right.
it.
And it's also, so in studying and listening to Abraham Hicks and her lectures and whatnot, I have also come across a teacher by the name of Neville Goddard. And he was somebody who, like, in the 40s and 50s and I think 60s, I could be wrong about the 60s, but that's when he was around. And he teaches us that, we are all interconnected. God resides in every one of us. Like, even the worst behaved people, God resides inside of them as well. However, we in order to awaken the God within, and in order to be able to manifest the kind of life that we want to live, well, in order to manifest the kinds of life that we want to live, we have to awaken the God within, right? And there's nothing that is not possible once this happens.
As awaken.
Right.
Right. So in layman's terms, you have inner power. You need to tap into it.
Right.
And to tap into it, you need to stay positive.
You need to feel good.
Yes, because negativity is the worst thing you could possibly do.
Right.
And other people's negativities, you need to shut out and remind yourself what your goals are, what you want to do, what you're going to accomplish. You need to stop talking in past tense.
Right.
You need to talk in the present.
Or even in future. Claim whatever it is.
Absolutely.
You know, like I am whole. I am powerful. I am strong.
I am loved. Wow. See, that's Kismet right there. See, you have to remember that you're loved.
Beyond what you could possibly imagine love is.
Right.
You know, and God, divine, the source, whatever you want to call God, wants the most for each and every one of us. That's why God is within every single one of us, you know? So it's not, you know, I was taught also as a kid, like it was bad to want things. Not by my parents, you know, but that it's a little bit of that Catholic guilt, you know what I mean? Like, you should just be content where you are. And yes, you should be content where you are. You should be you have to be happy with what you have now in order to, you know.
But I think that what that also means is that be happy with what you have, but it also means that
live an expectation of more.
Right, exactly. Be okay knowing that you're going to be abundant with things.
Right.
But also, I was taught God helps those who help themselves. So, you know, that means if I want to help myself get out of a certain situation, or if I need to learn or explore or experience something so that I can have a reference, so that I could be more well-rounded as that person, then I'm going to take advantage of situations. I'm going to make sure that I put myself in the best possible situation, which then in turn will give me or provide me the things I need.
Right.
Did that make sense? I think that makes sense.
Right. And the best way to start is just to feel good. Even if you're unsure of exactly what it is that you want.
Right.
You know, when you feel good, you attract good things.
Absolutely. And good people.
Good people, good situations. If you know, I talk to the kids who I work with, and a lot of them have relationship issues, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I ask them how they feel about themselves and what they feel like they deserve from a relationship. Wow. Right? And a lot of them are very self-conscious. You know, they don't think they're pretty or handsome enough. They don't really feel as though they deserve to be really loved or loved properly. They don't feel as though there are people out there who really would have their best interests at heart. And I tell them they're like lighthouses. I think I've said this to you too, probably.
Every advice you give your teenagers, you give to me. So
we're like lighthouses, and whatever we feel and think about ourselves or any situation, even if it's subconsciously, we're lighthouses, and we emit a certain kind of light that draws in certain ships, right? So if I feel like I'm not good enough, I'm going to attract relationships that validate.
Not feeling good enough. Right.
I'm going to attract situations that validate that I'm not good enough. You know, so it's people, places, and things. You are the creator of your life. So
absolutely,
what you feel, your feelings are extremely powerful. What you think about yourself is extremely powerful. So you have to be mindful. You have to be mindful of that, because you're that lighthouse emitting that light that is going to attract those ships.
That's a beautiful analogy too, because, you know, people so often ask themselves, why does this happen? Why does this keep happening? Why do I keep attracting the same people? Or, people just, chalk it up to bad luck. Or, they look at a situation and they get stuck in that situation. Like sometimes situations are so bad that what we're talking about as far as being positive and living in knowing that you're blessed, I know it's hard for some people because they get stuck in this place where it's so heavy, and some of their emotions, some of their circumstances are not what a lot of people have to deal with.
Right.
But it's hard.
We're not negating that, and we're not trying to make it look like it's easy.
On a daily basis, we check in with each other and we're like, hey, you good? I'm good. You good? I'm in the vortex. You in the vortex? Right. Like, we have to check because, we're each other's support people. So, maybe you just need somebody who, even if it's just somebody who can just, hey, just stay in the vortex. Just remember that you're loved. Remember that you're blessed. It's those little words. It's those little things. I'm not saying that your situation is going to change overnight, because it's not.
But a lot of things will.
Yes. I mean, first of all, your outlook on your situation is the first and most important. I think as long as you start seeing the positivity and the things that are surrounding you, again, you got to get out of and you got to stay away from people who want to bring you down, who have this bad energy, who are, and I'm not talking about bad people. It might be people you love. It may be people in your family. It may be somebody who you consider your best friend. It could be your kids. Whoever.
But to a certain extent, you have to be able to
shut that out.
Right. And stand in your own and say, you know what, regardless of what is going on around me today, I'm going to do the work. I'm going to do the work to feel as good as I possibly can.
Oh, I think you said a key word there, work. It is work. It is hard to stay in the vortex. It is hard to constantly retrain your mind. And I see this all the time. And funny enough, I think the people who understand it the most right now are children. Children live in their future. Children are always, I want to do this when I get grown. I want to do this when I get older. I want to do this, which is why to be around a child is so joyful sometimes. Like, you wish you had their energy. You wish you had sometimes the way they see the world. And we lose that as we get older, as we get responsibility, as things are pushed onto us, things that, other people's expectations. I mean, all these things kind of bring you down and make you forget how you were as a child when you were carefree. And I'm not talking about not paying bills. I'm not talking about not having to go to school. I'm not talking about that kind of stuff. I'm talking about the innocence of thinking that you can be and you can do whatever you want.
Right.
And they're always happy. You know what I'm saying? And you look at a child and you have a conversation with them, you'd be surprised how they think and how lucky they are that they know that they're going to be living in their future.
It takes years of adults, of us telling them, you can't, right. you can't, to kill that.
Right. Years.
And
parents don't do it on purpose. They want them to be safe. They want their children to be safe. They want this. But along the way, children hear you can't, or you're not going to do this, or you can't do that, or whatever, for whatever reason. And then they start attaching that to other things.
Right. And then they become adults like us who in their 40s got to start relearning stuff.
Right.
That we came into the world equipped for.
Right.
Things that we were equipped with and equipped for,
was stripped away.
And now we're relearning this all again. So, I mean, if there's any advice that we could give to anybody who's interested or starting out in this or feels like there's some validity to what we're saying,
right?
Feel good.
Yes.
Do your best just to feel good.
Right.
And watch what winds up happening. Watch how fast it is that you get a parking spot in front of your building.
Absolutely.
Watch how when you're walking down the street, this happened to me yesterday. I felt like a superstar. I went to my daughter's school. Oh my God. So my car was in the shop yesterday and I had to take the bus all over. But no matter where I went, like people were like, "Oh my God, you're so pretty. Oh my God, your hair is so," and I was like, I mean, there was nothing special about me yesterday, you know? I mean, really, I can't tell you how many times people said that. Then I went to go pick up my daughter from school and her friends, I kid you not, it was like 6, 7 girls crowded around me. "Oh my God, I love you, Tati's mom, and this and that. And, oh my God, you're so pretty." And I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Okay, I have to point something out. See, she just did it to herself. She didn't even realize. She's talking about there's nothing special about her and this, and that.
No, but
the truth is, again, children see it, other people see it.
I was in the vortex.
She was in the vortex.
I wasn't letting having to take the bus get me down.
And the energy came to her.
Right. And then I wound up. It's because the check engine light on my car went on last Friday.
Oh, that's what it is.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to stress it. I'm just going to hope for the best and I'm going to be positive. I only had to pay for them looking at my car and a signal light. Otherwise, there was nothing wrong with my car. And they were able to reset it.
Things are good.
Something that could have been catastrophic for me because I work like 45 minutes.
Money.
Going 70 miles an hour. Away. Like it could have been really bad for me.
Absolutely. So yes. So just
that's just an example.
Absolutely, I get it. It happens all the time.
Right. So do your best to stay in a good mood, to feel good, and watch the kind of good things that start to happen.
Right.
And after that, if you're interested, listen. You could find her on YouTube. Abraham Hicks. And Neville Goddard. Like I said, he's a little, a lot older.
Yeah.
Is he still
alive?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. We apologize if you are. We need to do research.
No, I think he went into the army in the early 40s. I don't think he's alive anymore. But
yeah,
he, for those of you who are Christian and whatnot,
and whatnot. Yes, Christians.
Well, Christians.
Okay.
Right? Catholics, Christians.
Mm-hmm.
He explains like how the law of attraction, but he calls it something different. He called it something different. The law of liberty.
Look him up.
How
Google him.
Right. He associates that with the Bible. So if you guys are interested in that, I think it's interesting.
It's worth looking at. Again,
Neville Goddard and Abraham Hicks.
Vision boards, and for those
you don't need a vision board if you're really good, if you could visualize.
Right. I'm more visual, so I need a vision board. So whatever.
But you better start if you've had this thing since college. You must not be really using it really well because. Hopefully something because she's old.
Oh, okay. And with that being said, YouTube
we
fans,
love you guys.
We love you guys.
Please, if you liked our videos,
hit subscribe
and share our videos.
Absolutely.
Even though she keeps hitting the table and shaking the thing.
Yes, hit us up on YouTube and comment below if you have any comments. Be nice. Again, we love you guys.
Right, and if there's anything that you'd like for us to discuss,
right, or have questions,
let us know.
Let us know.
We love you guys.
Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.